Hey Void, how you doing? So, you may be surprised to know after most of the content of my channel that sometimes I just like a good, easy to watch cooking show. I mean, I did do a few of the Nadia Bakes and Mealtime with Nadia, something like that. And I also did the Big Brunch. But those get lost in a sea of everything else. So I don't usually end up reviewing them, mostly because the main one I prefer to review something when it's completely finished, and the main one I watch, The Great British Bake Off, is nowhere near doing that. So I might review part of it anyway at some point, but well, a few of them catch me and keep me going with them, like The Great British Bake Off. But that doesn't stop me from trying every once in a while. So, at a couple of years ago, while I was wandering around a thrift shop like I do, I came across season one for Ace of Cakes. I didn't know anything about Ace of Cakes, but thought my partner really likes cooking shows even more than I do, so I'll pick it up. We'll watch it, see how it gets on. So I watched a couple episodes, and yeah, feels pretty entertaining. We were digging it. Essentially, the show focuses around Chef Duff, as he's determined to make cakes the most over the top possible, often loading them full of fireworks, smoke machines, and a lot of fondant sculptures just to make them as badass as he can. And yeah, okay, so his rock and roll attitude, I was digging. It's like a very mid 2000s show, and it feels like it, but the dialogue is snappy, and his laugh is just infectious, so he's a guy you'd want to hang out with. So I was on board with it. However, I decided, okay, as we were watched a couple episodes, I'm going to need more than just one season because I knew there was more. So I started looking online, and apparently only about I think 4 seasons were released by the Food Network in physical media in the U.S. So I was annoyed that of the 10 seasons of the show, I only have access to 4. Not pleased. It's bad enough that I have problems getting everything off of streaming where they only release partials. Now, this show I couldn't get. But a couple of years ago, there was a big box collection that was released in Australia. However, the region coding on it looked like it might work, so I decided, I'll give it a shot. Well, I ordered it, and I usually watch things on a PlayStation system, and they weren't reading it. But my computer did, so I was able to watch all 10 seasons of Ace of Cakes. So I've been watching through this thing for months now, and I've gone through all 10 seasons. Well, I will say there's not much growth between seasons other than things occasionally just getting more over the top. So the show feels very coherent in that it doesn't try to top or build on other seasons. It's just it does what it does. Each episode focuses on a week at the bakery where it goes over the pretty much their most over the top cakes or whatever else is going on, and they build cakes for a lot of big events like birthdays of celebrities or anniversaries for landmarks, things like that, and he's making replicas of of sports stadiums for the teams. So this guy has done a lot of shit over the course of it. So it's entertaining to see all the things that he gets involved in, and usually he'll just use these as bullshit excuses to go on research trips, where he's like, okay, I'm making a cake for the paintball grand opening. Let's go play paintball as research. He goes to Alaska because he's going to be building a cake for one of the cities in Alaska. So, one of the seasons of Lost was wrapping up, so he did a big party for there, so they had to go down to Hawaii for that. So, a lot of things like that where he also was building cakes for the Harry Potter releases, so he's on the red carpet for that. So yeah, there's there's a lot going on with these, and over the course of it, you get to know several of the other people who work at the bakery, a lot of the decorators. So you get kind of a who's who, as there's a lot of people that you get to know throughout the course of this. Some stick around from season 1 all the way through season 10, like Mary Alice, the secretary, or some of the main decorators like Anna or Elena. But some people will disappear after a season or two. But it's weird, like watching his like the dishwashing intern go from like this kid to grow up throughout the 10 seasons. It's crazy. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. It's not like great, but it was on a day where you're just exhausted and just want to put on something easy to watch. This was really doing it. So it was fun. It's not like great, but it hit a soft spot, and I was digging it. I think for me, it's gonna be like six. Yeah, I will say 6 MacGuffins because after 10 seasons, yeah, there was really no growth. But it's very easy to watch. It's enjoyable, but it's not. It doesn't keep pulling you back in completely like Great British Bake Off with the competition element. This one, it's very easy to just put on a random episode, veg out for the 20 minutes that it's on, 40 minutes for some of the bigger episodes, but it's an easy watch. So, 10 seasons of Ace of Cakes. I think, I want to say 2003 or is when it started. And this is not telling me conveniently when it was. But I know it was like, 2006 to 2009 at least. I think they're doing like 2 seasons a year, judging from the flow I was getting. But yeah. It's more than 100 episodes, so if you do want something to just binge watch, it's very binge watchable. Alright. That's really all I got on the Ace of Cakes. Yeah. See you guys soon.